A lot of people believe that Fortnite is nothing more than just a game that people like to play and enjoy on their free time. A lot of people also believe that Fortnite can potentially be a dangerous game for people to partake in because it involves a lot of controversial things such as shooting and acts of violence. However, I'm here to show you guys that Fortnite can also have a lot of very beneficial parts of it, and although there is a lot of controversy around this game, almost everybody has played it at some point and everybody can agree that they've had an enjoyable part of it. Fortnite was the #1 game in the world from 2017 to 2018, and it is still in the top 10 amount of games right now, which means that almost everybody has touched this game. A lot of people play this game religiously and have even made a living out of playing this game, whether it be online, through YouTube, through gaming sites such as Twitch and Discord. It's a very popular game and it's very high in demand. Now, Fortnite is considered to be just a game and nothing more than a game for people. However, it can be a very beneficial game as well, as it aids in hand-eye coordination, it aids in social skills, it aids in personality characterization and customization and showing your true colors, as well as many other beneficial factors that Fortnite does have to offer. It's not just a game, and there's a reason that it's #1 in the world. Fortnite is a game, an online virtual game that allows you to interact with up to 100 people in a game. Now, the goal of Fortnite is to eliminate as many people as you can in the game, whether it be through strategizing, whether it be through building, through teamwork, or single player, to get #1 on this game and to win, be the last person standing. Basically, this game is a strategy game and it involves a lot of hard work in order to win a game. It can take up to 20 minutes in order to finish a game of Fortnite, and a lot of the times you don't win. Now, a lot of people believe that Fortnite is nothing more than this, nothing more than getting on, shooting a bunch of people, and ultimately either winning or not winning the game. And with this comes a lot of controversy, as people are very nervous that Fortnite is growing many of the younger generation children into malicious and violent individuals. So as this quote says, violence is a very real fear for many parents of gaming children, since it was once believed that kids would reenact the violence they participate in on screen within their everyday lives. This quote's very solid to the argument that Fortnite is actually a beneficial game, in that it says that it was once believed that kids would reenact the violence they participate on screen. Many people have found, and studies have shown, that the violence in these games is much like a stress reliever for people that play this game, and it aids in people actually feeling more relaxed after a hard day or after a big event happening to somebody. Nothing feels better than going home and playing a game that you enjoy and that makes you happy. It's been shown that dopamine levels increase in the brain and serotonin is released when playing Fortnite for many people, because even if they lose and they seem frustrated that they lost, the act of playing the game, which can take up to 20 minutes, as I had said before, to finish, can be very just relaxing and giving to a person, very distracting and very healing. Although that seems very contradictory considering the game is about shooting, it can actually really help people in their aid towards distraction and stress relieving. And of course, many times in very more serious cases where stress cannot be contained by games such as this and needs to be actually monitored, those are different stories. I'm talking about light stress and light anxiety that could very easily be just lightly settled with games that make people happy, such as Fortnite. Now, one of the things that I discussed that Fortnite is very good at aiding in is hand-eye coordination. When you're playing a game and you have yourself standing, and you're playing the game and you're looking at the screen, you have to press a lot of buttons on your fingers, as I'm showing you, but you also have to look at the screen. Now, you have to figure out where you're pressing and what you're doing on the screen, and instead of looking at your hands, you have to be able to look up and down and up and down, and sometimes even just look at the screen and know exactly what you're doing on your hands. This game aids in the hand-eye coordination factor in that you have to be able to work hand in hand with your eyes and your hands in order to succeed in the game. Now here's a quote that says, "Play away from parents and teachers. This allows them to learn social skills, such as negotiating conflict, becoming independent, and exploring who they want to be." This strengthens a lot of what I said in that Fortnite is a very interactive game. With 100 people, you have the option to play a team game, which is very, very nice for somebody to meet friends and destroy the stigma that online and internet friends are always bad. Because truthfully, many people find themselves in very giving and go to relationships online, and many people are even stimming out to online dating, and these kinds of things are becoming more popular and allowing people to enhance their social skills as well as make more friends and actually go out into the real world and explore who they are. Fortnite has a lot of character customization, and in this slideshow you can see that I have 4 characters picked out. There's over 150 characters from Fortnite that you can play as. This is a very important part of Fortnite because this allows somebody to customize their look and their character and who they are as a person on this game. They have so many options in not only their character customization, but also their characters' outfits and their characters' accessories and things that they want to put on the person. They don't just have the skin itself. They also have items that they can put on the person if they like animals, if they like drawing, if they like anything. There's almost anything you can pick, and this is a wonderful way for people to express themselves on the game, whether it be through things, people, animals, whatever they want to do. They can just show their authentic self on this game and actually play. And I just want to conclude this speech with a broad explanation towards why Fortnite is good with hand-eye coordination, character customization, and social skills. By allowing students to play games like Fortnite and games like this that allow stress relievers and allow these kinds of benefits, it can be shown that people are just happier by enjoying games and not being limited by what they enjoy seeing. It's much like horror movies. There have been very little studies that have linked horror movies and games like these to violence in the outside world, and it can be very known and very noticed that unless it's an explicit line between the movie and the games itself, it's very hard to track anything like that, and it's very obvious that there's not a significant amount of data to support these kinds of claims that violent acts on screen are acted out in person. And I believe that many people have the argument that censoring things, especially in places like the United States, like we are, can have a very negative impact on people and would make them want to voice out their opinions even more, and it could lead to a lot of problems. By playing games that allow people to reenact and play things that they wouldn't be able to do in person, it just is relieving for a lot of people and ultimately just a good feeling. So I hope that this was educational and was informative and also persuasive on why Fortnite can be a very beneficial game for a lot of people, despite the controversy and despite the hardships that a lot of people believe that Fortnite comes with, because truthfully Fortnite can be a very beneficial game.